Evening, Peter. Evening, Migsy. Oh, Charlie boy. What else we got? Annie, Peter, Maverick, McClucky, somebody else. Paul B, Brad. How we doing, guys? Queen B. Franco, how you doing? Oh, evening, Paul, Catherine. Last night we had a good feedback last night, guys, from the video, from the team effort that we made last night. Do I look a bit stressed? Maverick can read me like a book. I'm all right, Maverick. I'm okay. Stuart Barry, how you doing? Stevie Jones, how you doing, mate? Cup of tea solves everything. Hi, Kevin, how you doing? Kevin Bainbridge. All good, guys. So, great feedback last night. Well done, everybody. Big Billy, how you doing, mate? That's the type of content we need. We need that on a weekly basis. Out with my content, you know, doing the hills and stuff, the adventure side of things. With my good friend, Danny Christie. How you doing, wee man, Sham? All good. Me and Danny were on the phone for an hour and a half. I don't know, it was a long time. Great chat. We've been missing each other a couple of times this week. We had set a couple of timings, but he's a busy boy, I'm a busy boy, and we were passing each other in the night. So we've had a good catch up, and like always, Danny's a great conversation. He has his moments like me, you know. We've probably got a lot of similarities in the fact that at one stage in our life we were a couple of hotheads, so we can get a bit frisky at times. Thanks, Paul. So he was telling me just about some progress he was making with his own journey, and the things he's very open about, so I'm not talking about anything out of school with him. And he's just he's definitely moving at a great speed in the right direction. He's so far from the old Danny, so far from that guy he once was at one point in his life, and it's just we're blessed that at times in our life we can just bump into people through one thing or another. For me, it was YouTube. Brought us together, and you know, I don't now imagine not knowing him. I don't now imagine whatever the future brings not knowing DC. I've got great respect for him, a lot of time to listen to him, and I love having a conversation with him because he's a great speaker. He articulates really well. He's very, very thought-provoking, and he's not scared to go deep in conversation. So you need that. I certainly need that. I like a deep, driven conversation when we get to the bones of it. And he opens up a lot to me, and likewise I do him because I trust him. I also trust his judgment. And if I was talking scrambled egg, he would let me know, because mutually we're in the same kind of wavelength. So we're going to get a sit down maybe next week, and we're going to put some stuff together. I'll leave that with him. He'll put that together. He's better at the tech side of things than me. And I think we're going to make it something where we do it on a regular basis, and we bring a couple of people in, guests, and we have a conversation. It won't be like the podcast. It won't be like the podcast we done, which I thoroughly enjoyed. We could have sat for hours. Hours more than we did sit, which was already hours. But we both agreed tonight that we kind of landed on this idea at the same time, that we've got something to offer. And when people are reaching out to me and to DC and saying what you said helped, or this helped, or we're inspiring somebody between us, you know, we had a laugh. I think I said to Danny that we don't have a qualification between us, but who needs qualifications, eh? When you're as full of wit as we are. So I'm sure we'll get something put together, and I'm looking forward to sitting down with him and bringing yous in collectively, my group, my kind of audience and his audience, and bringing yous together and delivering something. At the ACDC chat, it's going to be a cup of tea with ACDC. Yeah, it'll be the University of Life, Stephen. We're going to have a good talk, because Danny is getting approached by people who are now coming out the woodwork, guys that have been through the same journey as him, and have a similar history. And Matt, we were talking about you, mate. We were talking about you, and you know, you were the first name out the hat, Matt, that we were going to draw in as the third man, the trio. So it'll be ACDC, ML, Matt Legg and co. The big man can lead if he wants to. Because I said to Danny, I said about Matt, when he's in these gyms and doing these, you know, these young guys are looking up to Matt. Matt's, for anybody that doesn't know, Matt's in the chat just now, Matt Legg, ex-pro, huge specimen of a man, and big men always draw your attention. I'm 5'7" at best, built like the side of a barn door. I'm as wide as I am high, but Matt is just a mountain of a man, huge guy, arms like bloody ham hocks. His biceps will be bigger than my thighs, probably bigger than my waist. Well, maybe not. And so people are drawn to Matt, and they'll be drawn to his story. We've all got something to offer, and I think collectively it's the young guys that are getting into the gyms and stuff, and the young ladies as well, the young women that are maybe just kind of getting beaten down a little bit by life, that we think we can get through to them. We have a moral obligation to use our platforms correctly, all three of us, because me and Danny speaking tonight, I think we said at the same time about the authorities are just failing young people en masse. There's nothing in the guidelines, there's nothing in the future, there's nothing in the paperwork, there's nothing in their mandates about young people, because young people are not important. Or they would be addressing the suicide epidemic in the UK, and the substance abuse in the UK, and the exploitation of young people in the UK, but they're not. So the common man and the common woman must. I'm 45, Danny's 37, 38, Matt's 46, I think. So we've got a few years collectively between us, but more importantly than years, we've got experience of life. We've all been through the mill. We've all, you know, we've all been up to a bit of skullduggery. We've ducked and we've dived. We've been toe rags, and we've came through it. You know, we're not whiter than white. We're not angels. So, as Brad says, all the community centres have been closed because they can't fund them. No, I'll tell you why they're closing them. They're closing them because the community centres can't afford their electricity and their gas bills and their business rates. It's absolutely appalling. Hence, if they're clever, if they've got somebody within their organisation that can do the paperwork, they can become a charitable organisation and they can skirt round about some bills. But effectively, most places go to the wall, and it's the, you know, in London and places like that, it's the Matt Leggs of the world that have came through and are now offering something back for no return. Matt's given his time for no return. Danny wants to train young people in the gyms for no return. On a voluntary basis, our payment will be the messages that you guys send, or that the stranger sends at 3 o'clock in the morning to say, thanks, you helped me. That's it. So Matt, expect a call, and you were the first name out the hat, mate, because of the respect we have for you. We'll no blow the wind up your bum anymore, you know that anyway, big man. And you've got a great way of talking, and you've got a great nature, and you're a very genuine, humble human being, and I can't say any more than that about you, mate. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to sitting down and doing this, and we're going to continue it, and we're going to grow it, and we're going to make a difference. On that, I am absolutely certain that we're going to make a difference. If we can help one of the 1%, then there we go. And and I'm looking forward to it. And Danny was on fire tonight, by the way. He was buzzing. His electricity was off the scale. He was charging on. He was very passionate when he was talking about this and helping people. He just came to life. When we got to that bit of the chat after we had caught up with what we've been up to, he just came to life. And I love that, because I just listened to him and he was like that for 20 minutes straight. Bum, 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 bum. Talking about his sparring, talking about guys from 20 years ago in his amateur career that they've came together again and they're training again, which is incredible. And brilliant. We were talking about Matt and just talking about how he's just came banging onto the scene, and he's basically you know, reinvented himself, and all of a sudden he's built a 10,000-11,000 platform where, you know, he's getting his story out there, and he's only told us 10% of the story. There's a hell of a lot more to come from Matt Legg, but it's all genuine, it's all true. You only need to look at his photographs and who he's been around. Great person of interest to deliver a message of where he went right in life and where he went wrong in life, and he's the very first guy to tell you that. He's an open book. He talks about his issues with alcohol and how it drags him into the mire and all the rest of it, and he's been off it for, you know, weeks, months, and you look at him now, picture of health, strapping shapes back, fit as a fiddle, getting there, back in the ring. It's all happening for Matt. It's all happening for Danny. So I need to get my bum into gear and make it happen for me. But between the three of us, we're going to bring something good to the table. So DC's on fire tonight. He was away to do his family thing with his lovely daughters and go and have a night with them and a movie night, and, you know, he was buzzing about that. And then he phoned me back 10 minutes later to give me another wee bit of good news, which is up to him to reveal, and delighted for him. Deserves it. He's worked hard. He's stayed true to his trajectory. He's not deviated. Yeah, he's had his bumps along the way, but there he is, front of the queue, chasing a better life. Brilliant. 100%. And for anyone that doubted that he would get here, unlucky, he's here, and he ain't going anywhere. So if we can do it, us, the you know, the unfortunates, the imperfect three, well, if we can get somewhere, anybody can get somewhere. We found ourselves in YouTube. I remember when Big Matt Legg popped up in my chat, I'm saying to myself, man, I know a Matt Legg. Matt Legg was a boxer. Can he be? And then we spoke and I realised it was Matt Legg the boxer. What you doing on my channel? Oh, I like listening to you. That was a great compliment. And since then me and Matt speak fairly regular, and he's a great guy. He's just a big, genuine, legit guy. You know, what you see is what you get. And as I say, he's got a hell of a lot to offer young men in gyms and young women, because he's got a great story. It's authentic, and he's prepared, more importantly than anything, to tell that story, and all the good bits and all the bad, and leave nothing out in between. And that's what it takes. That's when you know you're truly on the journey, when you leave nothing out. Danny's left nothing out. He's covered all his bases, all the bad bits about his life, you know, and he's paid his penance, and he's wore it, and he's owned it. And now look at him, flourishing, happy, flourishing, which is nothing that he doesn't deserve. So I'm looking forward to this. We'll put a plan in place, and we'll get it done next week. You know, we'll do it midweek when everyone's kind of sat down with a cup of tea, relaxing. We'll come on and we'll do a live, and we'll make it a thing. We'll make it a thing, and then a week after, we'll twist the big fella's thumb and get him on board, and then we'll grow it from there, and it'll be brilliant. And we're going to cover everything, and we're going to talk about mental health, and we're going to talk about well-being and mindset and mindfulness and getting the best out of yourself and achieving your goals and looking after yourself mentally and physically, and getting everything in sync, and getting rid of all the negatives out your life. And we'll tell you about our mistakes and where we went wrong, and we'll tell you what we're working on, and we'll tell you what the room for improvement is, and we'll talk about routine, and we'll talk about, you know, everything. Just, we'll leave no stone unturned. I've got a great feeling about it, and it came tonight just like that, because I was listening to DC talking, and he just went into one, boom, 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 passion, passion, passion. You'd think he was on a speedball the way he was talking, 100 mile an hour, just buzzing about life, buzzing about having his daughters, buzzing about this, buzzing about that, buzzing about his future, but buzzing about what he has to look forward to, and not one bit of negative, anything at all. No negative, you know, hints, nothing, no innuendos, nothing, because he's just left that in the dark where it belongs. And his future is rosy, as is Big Matt's, rosy, rosy, rosy. And I'm delighted to be in the middle of these guys, and even having the time with them, even hearing from Big Matt once a week or once a fortnight, and getting a WhatsApp and a wee comment from him, you know, in support. That's worth its weight in gold, because we're no special guys. We've got good qualities. We're working hard to be good men, but we're not special entities. We're not super qualified, you know, massive life achievers, but we've lived, and we've got a story to tell, and we think we can help young people. We think we can help old people, and we think we can help anybody, because we want to. We genuinely want to help people. This is where it starts, guys. Fundamentally, you have to want to do it for no return. Fundamentally, you have to be a decent person and want to help. We get a buzz from this. That's the meat in the bone for us. We get a buzz from doing it. There's nothing more rewarding than somebody struggling and taking time to message you to say, you helped me today, and you're a stranger. And you strangers that comment in my chat help me on a daily basis, just by taking 15 minutes to come on and contribute. Can't put a value on it. So again, thank you. And Stephen Jones mentions gratitude a lot, and he says that I'm showing a lot of it. So if that's what I'm showing, then that's what I'm showing. I'm very grateful. Danny is like a brother. Yeah, he is. He's like the brother I didn't know I had. All of a sudden, we got on like a house on fire. And we're very similar in what we want. Maybe not how we've lived and what we've been and whatever, because we don't talk too much about that. We talk about what we want to be and how we're going to get there. No matter what, by hook or by crook, how we're going to get there, and how we're going to prove to ourselves that we can succeed, and prove to ourselves that we can be exactly who we desire to be. No matter what anybody might want for us, or to deviate us from that path, it's not going to happen. So they can try, but it's not going to happen. Charlie's having more good days than bad. Charlie Fleeting, my mate. And that's music to my ears. Big X in the chat. Yeah, Alex Ferguson, definitely. You need to see me and DC in a ring. We'll get to that. I'm shouting Matt in for backup. It's a double act, me and the big man. 2 against 1's fair, I think. Danny's got a couple of years on me and Matt. Yeah, you might see us in the ring. You might see me chasing him about the ring with a baseball bat. I need a leveller. He's a bit fitter than me. He's a bit spicier than me. Gary Taz Carroll, how you doing, my man? Guys, I'll let you know if I'm doing tomorrow. I probably will be afternoon time. But yeah, there you go, guys. We had a great chat tonight. It really perked me up, and it was great to catch up with him, because we text each other and it's like, right, I'll phone you tomorrow night at 7, and then he's busy around, and you just, my phone's always in silent as well because of my hearing, so there's no point in it ringing and stuff, because I would maybe start to imagine that my phone's ringing, because I've got tinnitus as well, so sometimes I hear that and I think, is that a phone ringing? So my phone's been in silent for a few years now, literally. So I'm not being ignorant if I ever miss your calls. My phone's actually on silent permanently. There you go. But I'm going to a place in Inverness to get fitted up for these Bluetooth hearing aids, but they're extortionate, so I'll see how they work that. I think you can like pay them off and stuff over time. So hopefully I'll get them, because I need them. This side's got no hearing at all now. Like a muffled drum. And if there's background noise with this side, then it's a nightmare. But in the silence, it's okay. I can, you know, it's fine. But if there's background noise, I just go to lip reading. So hopefully I'll find out how good these ones are. I think they let you try a set and stuff. So Daz is saying that he unsubscribed from my channel and then he resubscribed, and that seems to have sorted out the notifications. Now guys, I just want to quickly touch on something, right? For anyone that's not aware, I did some viral videos on Facebook a couple of years back, which had an accumulated 7 million views. And I was literally silenced on social media by the authorities for exposing stuff. There are certain pro words that if you mention them, Pollyanna, thank you very much again, Pollyanna. You don't have to, but I'm very grateful. Thanks a lot for doing that. I appreciate it greatly. It's a big help. I shared some viral videos and I was silenced, and because of that, all your social media is flagged, because they all use very similar algorithms and platforms, and a lot of them are linked. You are linked the minute that YouTube, they're all linked. No one will tell me differently, that they're not all controlled similarly. So my YouTube channel, unfortunately, is being shadow banned because I've mentioned several words. One of them is the P word, P-E-D-O, I'm not going to say it. One of them is that word. I've mentioned several words, and I've shared some stuff in regards to the stinging of bad men on apps and stuff. And the algorithm doesn't like these things. It doesn't like the trends that they generate and the traction that they generate. And I am definitely on the radar, the social media algorithm. So I'm being silenced. A lot of people can't find my channel. A lot of people, pedometer, yep, Brad. A lot of people can't find my videos, and when they subscribe, they tell me that days later they're unsubscribed, or they just have to go in and physically search for me. I'm not being mentioned to anybody. And yet I follow other similar channels that don't mention things like that, and they've got 50,000 subs and their videos get 10,000 views, whereas mine get 200 or 300. So maybe I'm just a crap talker and I'm not very interesting, but I'm being shadow banned, and that's for my boy that does social media for a living, who's very clued up, and he's able to check these things and work out the analytics. And he said that my analytics don't make any sense to him. He's like, for your subs to the views you're getting, it doesn't add up. You're definitely being shadow banned. So I'll live with it, guys. I'm fine with it. Okay, you can silence me electronically, but you can't silence me physically. And I don't fear reprisal, and I don't fear comeback or anything. I've no fear of it whatsoever, and I'm not going to stop that side of my life. I do try and keep it away from here. Sometimes it just comes in, but it's a big part of what I do and who I am and what I represent, and I'm never going to stop. I talk about it in Danny Christie's podcast, The Real Danny Christie. I talk about it in the James English podcast. You just need to search James English Alex Kearney on YouTube and up it'll pop. And I am not going to be silenced by anybody. Not ever. Not when it comes to the protection of children in this country and the changing of laws for the people in breach of children's rights. So they can shadow ban all they want. Not to worry. Not to worry, we won't be beat. There are plenty of good men dotted around the country. There's plenty of guys prepared to help and step up to the plate that have never been scared to put their neck in the line. Guys like Gary Tazcarroll, who will put his neck in the line for the right reasons any day of the week. You can bet your dollar in that. So there we go, guys. We're going to bring you some good stuff. We're going to bring you a wee weekly. And if it's not a weekly, it will be fortnightly. But I think we might do a weekly one. We'll see how it goes. We might do it every second week. But we'll work it out. We'll let you know. We'll dip our toes in, test the water. If it's well received, we'll bring it on and we'll grow it. I think it's a worker. I think it's got legs. I think it's got great potential. And we've got the passion and the drive. We're definitely keen on it. We were excited on the phone tonight. And not much in life excites me. But when we talk about helping guys that are struggling, that gives me a buzz. I get a legit buzz from that. So I'm looking forward to this. So cheers, everybody. Big thanks. Gratitude, if that's what you say. And I just want to show it. I want to show thanks and appreciation for everybody that comes on. And we're going to keep it real. Night, Kira. Thank you, Kira. We're going to keep it real. We're going to keep it respectful. We're going to keep true to our word. And we're going to deliver a message. And it is not just going to be paper talk. There's going to be action. We're going to be going out there and reaching out to people. And not just over a phone. We've got plans for this. Okie dokie. Happy days. Right. There we go. Thanks, Alex Ferguson. Cheers to Gary. Tasman. And thanks for listening again. Quick half hour. Mark H, how you doing, mate? Thanks, Mark. Right, Charlie, talk soon. Right, guys, that's it for me for tonight. I've got an early start tomorrow. And I've got a busy few days, and then I've got a busy weekend coming. I've got some stuff to get on top of. But we'll talk later. We always do. Okie doke. Stay safe. Stay steady, striving. Take care, guys. Night, night. Thanks. Bye-bye.